Hello there, H+III+T to boot their dang on time. You know, these news outlets really bother me sometimes because they'll report news, but they won't tell you what the news means specifically. You guys see the title of the video. Welcome to another edition of Dang on SeverTheBond. It's technically my Knicks at the same time. Amare Stoudemire has just announced his retirement. Now, the part that's really frustrating me is all these headlines are saying he retired with the Knicks, and no one's explaining what that means. From what I was able to piece together, it means Amare Stoudemire just signed with the Knicks today as our 15th member, but then retired, so Stat could say he retired with the Knicks. Why people aren't just coming out and saying that instead of these confusing headlines, I don't know, but just to clear up any confusion, that's what I've come to understand. If I'm wrong, I apologize, but no one's being very clear about this at the moment. But Stat signed with us for a day and retired to say he retired a Knick. It's not confusing at all, but you know, Stat school people. I mean, obviously, as a Knick fan, actually, true story. Before we got Carmelo, Stat was my favorite player. Then we got Melo later that season, and if it wasn't for him punching that that fire extinguisher in the locker room and messing around at shoot around and hurting his back, you know, we could have really made some damage the first few years we had Carmelo. Unfortunately, Stat was just destroyed with a bunch of injuries, but I mean, we took that risk when we signed him from the Phoenix Suns. Stat is the freaking man. I've got some Stoudemire shirts that are a little bit too small for me now, but I've got some Stat shirts. Stat's the guy, and you know, I'm happy that he retired in a way that wasn't like he injured himself and he just couldn't come back from the injury. Last year with the Heat, they were able to go pretty deep in the playoffs, and Stat got some minutes, not the minutes he was expecting, but he retired in a productive way. He wasn't out there and went out like Baron Davis. So shout out to Stat, and we're gonna miss you, and it's cool that you retired a Knick. I'm not really sure why you had us waste a spot for you, but that's not the end of it. I hope they didn't pay him any money. We signed him just so we could retire a Knick, so I hope we didn't pay him any money because we're trying to get that last spot, but that's not here or there. Y'all should sign me for that 15th spot. Your boy been working on his shot. Sign me. But that's not here or there. Like, comment, subscribe, H+III+T. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your fondest Amare Stoudemire moments down below, gosh dang it, before we traded for Melo and gave up our entire team and gave them over to the Nuggets. I miss Wilson Chandler. That's probably Phil Jackson calling me right now to sign me, so I'll see you guys later. Stat is retired.